This was sent in to CornyDriveThru at gmail.com from Joe in Albany, New York. I wanted to know what you thought about them putting the belt on Goldberg and having him beat Bray Wyatt.
Boy, and people didn't like that a lot, did they? It's just Vince is going back to the stars that he knows or that he created, or in this case that he, hired away and fumbled the first couple of times. 20 years later, he's, people don't remember the WWF run. They remember him from WCW, Goldberg. But there comes a point. I didn't bring Bob Armstrong in and make him the Smoky Mountain heavyweight champion, even though he was at that point still a better promo and a better worker than anybody else that could have taken it. I made him the special attraction, the commissioner, the guy who had to come out of retirement for the big matches, but not a steady presence in the ring, or elsewise you couldn't let anybody else get over. Same reason that Kevin Sullivan told me Eddie Graham used to call Vince Sr. up and say, hey, can you give Dusty some dates for a run up there, because I got to get somebody else in Florida over, and nobody gets over with Dusty around. Lawler had to leave Memphis every so often so somebody else could get a chance, because nobody was going to get over Lawler in Memphis as long as he was there. It's the same thing. At this point, he's not going to work long matches. He's not going to work a regular schedule. Bring the legends back as attractions in their standalone matches, but do not involve them in the title picture, because then everybody just sees how shitty your current talent is, or looks, or appears to be, or sounds, because of the bad booking and the rotten presentation and the fact that most current talent don't look like grown fucking adult ass-kicking men anymore. Which is why I had that problem that one time they did the Raw 10 years ago or whatever, and they had The Miz standing in the ring with Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. And the only thing you have to think that most of the lapsed fan had to say was, who is this small child standing in the ring with Stone Cold and The Rock? When you had guys who looked like that and who got over like that and were allowed to get over like that and who people have seen bleed and fight and fucking all this shit, and you put them in the ring with these silly, contrived, staged gimmicks, outrageous costumes, and fucking guys that do scripted fucking promos fed to them by writers and don't connect with anybody because it ain't real, who comes off looking like shit? Your new talent. Am I wrong? Am I even slightly right?
Maybe slightly right, yeah.
But I mean, seriously, at some point you've got to try to make your new guys, and that's what OVW and NXT was all about. But now NXT has become a better promotion and a better television program, and at least with fresher and more exciting talent than the guys on the big programs are or are allowed to be. Maybe they're all so bored they don't give a shit. Maybe it's just how they're produced or what they're told to do. Maybe all of the above. I don't know. But it's ass backwards. And if I was the young guys, I'd want to stay as far away from the main roster as possible, which I understand a lot of them do, because that way they won't get fed to Goldberg or to Brock or whatever. But somebody said Brock squashed Ricochet here recently, right? Well, what the fuck do you think was going to happen? That would be insane for anything else to happen. But you have to somehow find some people that can challenge the Brocks and the Goldbergs realistically and in people's minds and in their hearts as well, instead of these small children reading recited choreographed scripted material and doing choreographed scripted angles and matches. Nobody believes them.